What's good, your boy AC Reaction, and today Brewstew dropped the video. You know what I'm saying? This is part 2 of Bad Landlords. Now we watched the first one, and his landlord was being kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? He was being weird. He was trying to be over analyzing his stuff. So we gonna see how part 2 looking like. When I saw that sub and that like button, you know what I'm saying? We love the Brewstew post when he posts a holiday. I know we just watched Mike Tyson get pieced up, so it's not too much of a holiday, but it's still we still happy that, you know what I'm saying, Brewstew posted. So hopefully this can make up for what I just witnessed. But let's get to it. This is Brewstew Bad Landlord Part 2, Marvin. Starving Marvin.
Bad Landlord Part 2, Marvin The P.O.S. Landlord. You haven't seen my first cartoon on what it's like living with a slumlord. Well, let's do a quick recap. Me and my friend Brewer lived in a duplex owned by Mark the landlord, not a very nice person, and he was known for constantly showing up unannounced for Gestapo inspections and letting his pillhead brother steal all my childhood toys out of the basement.
Yeah, that's what he did. He did steal it.
He shut our water off, which forced us to use Mountain Dew to flush our poop down the toilet.
A good old Mountain Dew.
What a nice recap. Well, after dealing with all that, me and Brewer decided it was time to move on to greener pastures. And by greener pastures, of course, I mean moving to an even shittier house with an even shittier landlord. Hooray, hooray,
it's gotta be Baltimore.
Now, Brewer was the one that found this new place on good old Craigslist.com. Remember that website? Yeah, back then it wasn't just used for...
You can get houses off of Craigslist too? I didn't know. I thought you get cars, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get houses.
Buying hookers and methamphetamine.
Houses is crazy.
I mean, it was mostly used for that, but you could also find houses to rent as well.
That's
so we
insane.
made an appointment to check out a house that's in our price range, and that is where we first meet...
Marvin, the piece of shit landlord.
Marvin looked kind of cool though.
Now, of course, we didn't know he was a piece of shit when we first met him, but he sure as hell wasted no time lying right to our fucking faces, let me tell you. Hi, I'm Marvin the landlord from Pisshole Rental Properties. How you guys doing? Good, Marvin the landlord. Nice to meet you. You're not like one of those piece of shit landlords, are you? Oh, no, of course not. Me? No, I'm one of the good landlords. I tell you what,
couldn't even lie right.
Picked a nicer area. It makes Mr. Rogers' neighborhood look like a fucking crack den, I tell you what. Look, right over there, there's old Mrs. McGillicuddy. Hello, Mrs. McGillicuddy. Lovely day we're having. I don't know who you are.
Oh, my.
She's got dementia. What can I say?
It's not even his house.
You guys want to go inside? So we got to look at this house.
It's like Marvin's starving house.
It's a piece of shit, but that's all right because Brewer and I are used to living in pieces of shit. It's our natural habitat, after all. The only real problem that we had with the place was the backyard because, well, there's a shit ton of garbage back there left behind from the last tenant. But according to good old Marvin the landlord, all of that would be cleaned up by the time we moved in.
That was cap.
So, taking Marvin the landlord's word at face value, we agreed to rent out the place. All right, looks like we got a deal. I just need you guys to sign this 2-year lease agreement, give me your first and last month's rent, a security deposit, your social security numbers, and if you could slice your hands open and make a blood pact not to fuck up the property, I can get you guys the keys by next week. So the following week, me and Brewer start moving all our stuff.
The hungry man.
We can't help but notice that the neighborhood seems a hell of a lot shittier than it did on our first visit. All of a sudden, there's like broken windows everywhere. There's like an active crime scene. Old Mrs. McGillicuddy's lying dead in the street and shit. Some meth head standing there holding a machete and a Newport. The fuck you looking at, Four Eyes?
I think you did it.
Oh, God, get in the fucking house. Yeah, I don't know what kind of David Copperfield shit Marvin the landlord pulled off, but presto abracadabra, suddenly the neighborhood is a complete shithole. But hey, guess what?
He said y'all can up one day.
Looks like it's home sweet home for the time being. I thought Marvin the landlord said this was a happy place. Yep, I thought so too.
Happy
I don't think he's one of the good landlords, is he? No, Brewer, I don't think there's such a thing. Well, imagine my surprise when a few days later, I'm leaving the house to go to work, and I see that my car has a slashed front tire, and the words, bitch, ho, are spray painted on the side of it.
Wow.
What have they done to my sweet, sweet Chevy Cavalier? But then I look a little farther down the road, and I see that there's another white car, very similar looking to mine, with all of its tires slashed, and many, many more bitch hoes spray painted on the side of it. Now, I'm no Columbo, but I'm guessing what had happened was, late last night, some piece of shit wanted to get revenge on his ex-girlfriend, but he was so drunk, he didn't realize he was vandalizing the wrong car until he was fucking halfway through. Ah, fuck, wait a minute, this isn't a Dodge Neon. Whoops. So I decided to go ahead and give Marvin the landlord a call because, he straight up lied about how great this neighborhood was. Hello, Pisshole Rental Properties.
You signed a 2-year lease, too.
Yeah, hi. Just letting you know my car just got fucked 6 ways to Sunday out in the street. Oh, really? Sorry to hear about that. But, what's that got to do with me? Because he said this place made Mr. Rogers' neighborhood look like a fucking crack den, that's what. I did? Ah, well, that's weird. I've never even seen Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Oh well, sorry to hear that. Bye-bye.
Shout out Mr. Rogers,
and just like that, in so many words, Marvin the landlord told me I could go fuck myself, and it was none of his business.
Now you get a
Needless to
new
say, I had a real rootin' tootin' time that day, driving to work on a donut with my bitch homobile. Dude, what the hell happened to your car? Shut up, Debbie. I'm a part-time NASCAR driver, sponsored by Bitch Ho Enterprises. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Now, lying about the neighborhood being a shithole
that's a good
is one
excuse.
thing, but another thing that Marvin the landlord seemed to gloss over was the fact that the house was
rats.
completely infested with rats. Now, why was it infested with rats, you ask? Well, I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the fucking mountain of garbage out back that was never taken care of. Now, you might have seen an old cartoon that I did 4,000 years ago about me fighting a bunch of rats over control of our household. But if you haven't, well, basically, these rats were our own personal shitty deadbeat roommates. They'd eat all our food in the kitchen.
Not the Hungry
They'd use
Man's.
our fucking Netflix account without asking. You'd be trying to sleep at night. All of a sudden, a rat's trying to get you to co-sign on an auto loan for a used Honda Accord. Come on, man, my debt-to-income ratio's fucked. Just sign the bottom line. It's a good deal. Well, you can bet your ass that I called up Marvin the landlord to let him know about our little shitty rat situation. Hello, pisshole rental properties. Marvin the piece of shit, or Marvin the landlord speaking. Hey, Marvin the landlord, guess what? We got a bunch of rats in this bitch. What? You got rats? Are you sure? Yeah, Marvin, I'm pretty fucking sure. Man, well, that's weird. I've never even seen rats there before. Oh, well, sorry to hear that. Bye-bye. Hey, wait a minute, goddammit. Could you, like, I don't know, maybe send out an exterminator?
I hate the noise.
Exterminator? You mean, like, one that costs money? Yes, Marvin, it's pretty fucking bad over here. Well, eventually, Marvin the landlord agrees to get somebody to come out to our house and deal with this goddamn rat situation.
It'll be the cousin or something.
Surprise when a few days later, the doorbell rings. I go and open the door, and guess who's there?
Marvin.
Not a fucking exterminator, I can tell you that. Instead, there's 2 rat traps left behind on the ground.
No.
With a little Post-it note attached to them.
That's insane.
Good luck. Go get him, Tiger. Marvin the landlord.
That's insane, y'all.
Okay, cool. I guess we're the fucking exterminators then. That's neat. So after getting next to no
only 2
help
rats
from
you can
Marvin the
get.
landlord, me and Brewer had no choice but to fight these rats all on our own. Oh, shit, we need an airstrike now. Bombs, napalm, fucking Agent Orange. Who gives a shit? We need help. Again, if you want more details, go check out my old rat hunting video. Or don't.
Did y'all
I'm not
win?
your dad. I can't tell you what to do. Just know that eventually, me and Brewer had to violate the Geneva Convention and use chemical warfare to poison all those fucking rats. Well, after dealing with that whole situation, me and Brewer were not trying to live in that house any longer. I mean, it's probably only a matter of time before that meth head out in the street breaks in and has his way with us. Do you guys want to buy some food stamps from me? Well, lucky for us, Brewer runs into a guy at work that has a rental property of his own, and he said that we could move in as soon as possible.
That's
so when
Marvin.
Brewer comes home and tells me this, I'm like, hell yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. So I call up Marvin the landlord, and I'm like, hey, Marvin, guess what? We're moving out next week. You can suck it. Whoa, 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 what are you talking about? You guys signed a 2-year lease agreement, buddy. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, well, we're fucking breaking it. How about that?
Oh, my.
We done dealt with rats and meth heads, and somebody slut-shamed my Chevy Cavalier. We're done. Getting out of here. Well, this little conversation quickly escalates into a screaming match over the phone. Marvin says something along the lines of us being pieces of shit and he should take us to court, and I say something along the lines of him being a slumlord piece of shit and he should go die in the street. Something along those lines. Well, eventually, Marvin gives in and he's like, you know what? Fine. To hell with you guys. You got a week to get all your crap out of my house. Goodbye.
True, the last people left their stuff.
Kids these days can't even deal with a meth head or a few dozen rats. Unbelievable. So after breaking our lease, Brewer calls up the guy from his work to let him know that we're good to go. Hi, it's me, Brewer. You know, the guy from Circle K? No, the other guy. You know, the guy that you think is weird, but you look past it because I gave you free Polar Pops. Yeah, that's right. Hey, I'm just letting you know that we're ready to move in. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Okay then, bye-bye.
Oh, I see.
He said he already rented that place out to somebody else. What are you talking about? Brewer, I just broke our lease and called Marvin a slumlord piece of shit. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that. Well, we are now in quite the pickle, and it's becoming apparent that we have one of 2 choices to make. We can either A, live out on the street and start smoking crack, or we can B, call up Marvin the landlord and apologize for, you know, calling him a slumlord piece of shit. Well, at first, I was like, fuck it. We can live out in the street. I can learn how to smoke crack. It can't be that hard. But then I was like, no, I can't do that. I was a Cub Scout, for Christ's sake. I took an oath not to smoke crack. So once again, I call up Marvin the landlord, but you bet your ass I am not going to apologize. Hey, Marvin the landlord, it's me again. Guess what? We're gonna do you a favor, we're gonna stay here, and we're not gonna break the lease. What? Are you serious? You're gonna keep giving me money, even though I'm a complete and utter piece of shit? Yep, that's right, and it has nothing to do with us not having another place to live. You're welcome, fuck off, thanks for nothing. So in the end, I guess Marvin the Landlord won the battle because we ended up staying in that shithole house. But you bet your ass, as soon as that lease was up, we got the hell out of there and moved on to greener pastures. And by greener pastures, I mean a halfway decent house with, believe it or not, a halfway decent landlord.
Hey.
Wow, look at that, we found one. But if you want to hear that story, well, you're just gonna have to wait till, well, never, because there really isn't much of a story to tell. I mean, there's no rats or meth heads out in the street. It wasn't fucking haunted. We didn't get a utility shut off. What can I say? Life's not always a goddamn M. Night Shyamalan movie. All right? So here's to you, Mark and Marvin, the
shout out to the halfway decent house.
If you're out there to this day still ripping people off, well, I hope your next eviction is a fucking nightmare, and I hope a sick cat pisses all over your carpets. The end.
Oh, my.
Brewstew.
That was an interesting ending right there, y'all. Shout out to Bruce who will settle this page immediately. The real question is, which landlord was worse out of the two? You know what I'm saying? I need to freshen up on the first one, but I do remember the first one stealing his stuff that he cared about a lot, so he might be up there. I ain't gonna lie. But this one, I mean, I don't know how y'all didn't notice the neighborhood was bad. I guess you said he had some magic or something, cause that's a big thing. But ain't to deal with rats. I don't know. Low key, this one might be worse, cause dealing with rats, bro. This man he set them 2 traps. They handled half a dozen rats. Marvin, I would have put you in that rat trap if I was them. That's what I would have done. But I'm like, hey, at least the next house was a good one. But dang, having to stay there for 2 years after that, that's tough. I don't know how y'all did it. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to Bruce, who we love the videos and always funny and a good watch. And I still hit that sub button, that like button too. Follow my social media down below, and we out here.